We live in Brooklyn, baby. We live in Brooklyn, baby.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Insanity Check. Once again, I am Ken, and on the end over there is Skillet Sauce.
And Natalie sure looks ugly.
Yeah, she's
I don't know what's
now
happened
a
to her.
black
She's
Negro.
falling off.
I'm sorry, I apologize for them. Incorrigible
Who
guys.
exactly do we have here, Skillet?
Well, he's a fellow handball player from Wingate. He is actually the current representative of men's singles in Wingate Park.
That sounds
Otherwise
so
known as the
professional.
gatekeeper. So says the t-shirt and the tournament. One Marlon. This is Marlon, Wingate's best singles player.
I'm sorry, I have to stop right here. What's with all the gesturing and the faces, man? Sound like you don't believe what you're saying.
No, not at all. I mean, I have a toothache.
Personally, I think it's just a lot of shade, but hey.
But the
all right.
fact remains, he actually won, and this man is the best. So says the trophy.
Does ESPN say this? I mean, who?
No, actually, Storm, and shout out to Storm from Primetime Handball and Off the Wall Handball, actually threw a tournament, and in this tournament he wanted to erase all of the bickering between people, and so because a lot of people are always talking about how they can play and how they can do this, but they don't actually play, and especially not during a tournament situation. So he threw a tournament, a very well-run tournament, thanks to Storm, thanks to Danny, thanks to Wayne, thanks to everybody, because they actually painted the walls. Omar, oh, definitely Omar. They painted the walls, Lefty, Country, everybody. They chipped in, painted the walls, beautified the park and everything so they could throw this tournament. And he's the winner of the first, I guess, Wingate singles tournament of this era.
I guess, maybe, I don't know. Come on, say it with some conviction, man.
Next year I will win again.
Oh, well, that's
and the year
madness.
after,
See,
until someone decides to beat me.
Listen. Oh yeah, in order to beat the man, in order what is it? What
beat a man,
beat a man, you have to beat the man. Woo! Any case, this is what happens when you got hot lights and cocaine in your system. But
just LSD, no cocaine.
but no, seriously, he did play well. He played stable. He was the most consistent. Sincerely, out of the people that entered, he played a very economical, consistent game, and he played another young player. No, there's nothing wrong with that. He played intelligently, and he played another young player who I wish could have been down here today. One Isaiah, and in the finals, and it was an eye-opening experience for Isaiah. He was a little bit nervous, but it was good for him. And as far as the future of Wingate handball, I think it's in pretty good hands. I mean, he's kind of old, but Isaiah's, he's a way better future.
Well, he's like 18, 19?
He's like 18, I think, going on 19. So, he's being put through the paces and stuff like that, but he'll be a good representative of the park.
Yes, he will.
Yeah. He's got a lot of, he just does, he has experience. So he just pulled out the experience, played stable. Isaiah was shell-shocked, shook up in the beginning of the game, and he couldn't recover, and Marlon put it on him. And these are the first representatives we've had in the King of the Court as traditional Wingate players. Because do you rep Wingate as your park?
Yes,
or do you
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So these are the first, none of the guys from our generation went into the King of the Court. So this guy here and Isaiah is the first Wingate players to fully go into the King of the Courts. And what that is like the penultimate. I mean, that's not the penultimate. That is the top tournament of the year. I think Big Blue Ballers is the second, right?
No, it used to be Red Bull, but I think they're canceling Red Bull. So Big Blue Ballers would be number 2 right now.
With the number 2,
yes.
yeah. So now,
wrong, correct that. Nationals.
The Nationals? Okay,
yes.
Nationals. So that's cool. So I'm glad you're down here now. I wanted to ask you a few questions just about where you feel handball is going. Do you think handball can get out of the streets with the urchins and the wretches playing in the hood and actually elevate itself to something of some kind of credibility?
Are you an urchin or are you a wretch?
To answer your question, I am neither. I came from a generation of handball players where I started to play because of the fact of it was the only way to get the girls to recognize you. When I got to junior high school in '88, that's the game they were playing, so that's the game I wanted to play because the girls were looking at it. And from there,
They were ignoring the basketball players? I thought it was basketball.
there were no basketball players at the time. I went to Winthrop Junior High, and it was 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. There were no basketball players. It was just handball and dodgeball at the time.
Oh, wow.
That was it. I was going to play dodgeball, played handball.
Well, you don't want to get hit in the face with balls?
No, sir, not ever.
Not at that time of your life.
Not at any time in my life, yours, or the next. So that's what kind of got me into the game. And the older guys.
I'm just asking. All right. So.
And they try to instill that in me. They told me to take my time with the game and taught me from the bottom up, and they taught me to stay low. Meaning that, you learn from the bottom up.
Stay low from the bottom up. Balls. This is going back.
All right, do your best to try and ignore this bastard.
Typical day at Wingate.
Okay, go ahead. I will say a word. Go ahead.
So, and like I said, so they taught me the game, and they taught me how to respect the game from the beginning. You always show respect to your opponent, and you always show respect to the people who are better than you. So I wanted to be one of the people that they would say was good. So I had to get beat continuously at a game that I loved. Like I was speaking to Isaiah when we were going to the King of the Courts. I told him, I said, with handball, it's totally different. You'll find a lot of other sports guys play it, but they don't have a same love for it like we do.
Yeah.
You lose a game of handball, sometimes you want to actually cry over it.
Yeah, I mean, I've had losses from the 90s, early 90s, that I still hold on to this day. I'm like, I can't believe I lost that match to this particular individual, didn't want to lose to this particular individual. Right. And I told a story about, the dreaded St. Orleans Queens used to come down to Wingate and heckle us, like the two guys on the Muppets. They would come down for about an hour, not even play, bring their chairs and heckle us. So one time I was there and I was playing, this first time I played with Tico, and I broke my toe during the game, my big toe on my left foot. It was going completely across my other toes. But I said, I can't lose to these guys. I said, if I lose to these guys, I'm beating your ass. You understand? Talking about my partner. Because I dove for a shot that was his shot. And we wound up winning 27-25. But that's how much it meant to me because I did not want to lose to these particular individuals. So it is something that you do take home. Some losses you just can't shake off for years. For years.
Years, ladies and gentlemen.
And so when your experiences at the King of the Court, I mean, did you learn anything having, being on that so-called big stage, for the first time? Did you learn anything?
Yes, actually, with the one game that I did play, originally I was supposed to play not a play-in game, a first-round game, but my opponent didn't show up, so automatically got advanced to the next round. So what happened was when I played the guy, when I got on court, I thought who I was going to play. It wasn't a guy who I thought I was going to play, so I was a little nervous. No, I was a lot nervous about it. And after about 10 minutes of playing, I actually, eliminated the crowd element of it and just focused on playing my game and the way I learned how to play and doing the things I know I can do well. And the game started to flow a whole lot easier. But he had a good lead on me, but the game was really interesting. And I learned a lot during it. And by the end of the game, we shared a mutual respect for each other because a player that I've never played against before in singles. I've played him once before in doubles. And by the end of the game, he was like, yo, all right. It was a great game. He thought that it was well played too. And another thing that happened afterwards, a game which I kind of attest to the guys, like I said, like you, Junior, Danny, all the guys that play at Wingate. A guy came up to me. He was like, Marlon, I've never seen you play before, but he said, I like what you did after the game. I said, what do you mean? He said, the first thing you did is you went and you shook the ref's hand. I said, well, that's the way I learned how to play the game, to show respect to the game. So, people should learn that a little better. And he's like, yeah, but I love that. I said, you played well, but that right there told me so much more about your game than what you did there. And I was like, thank you very much.
And you do have a reputation for being, outside of the obvious trash talking that you do, and which all handball players do.
And that's just part of the
game. But I mean, you make fair calls. You acknowledge when a call goes against you. You don't flip out and go crazy and stuff like that, which is good because there's a lot. The question that I put forth about the ghetto element. A lot of guys flip out, go crazy, start cursing, misbehaving, and there's no way you're gonna get some sponsors to have wild ass savages screaming and cursing at each other on the court. Looking all messed up and sweaty and tattooed up and all this other kind of shit. It just reinforces a stigma that people might have when they think of handball. So it's good that that you're showing that to the people out there that number one as a representative of Wingate that we don't have a bunch of wild animals at Wingate and that we know how to conduct ourselves.
Well,
because
the ones that we do have, we try to keep them corralled in a nice little cage.
Don't let them out in public.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
We try to maintain their composure sometimes. It does get out of hand at times, but we do our best to keep it friendly.
Yeah, keep it friendly for the most part.
Within the lines, the confines of the lines, keep it friendly in there.
This man here used to play.
Well, actually, I've seen him play before at Wingate.
Oh, word? Oh, yeah.
Yes,
How long ago?
This was a while ago, a long time ago.
because it's been a long time ago.
Because originally when I saw you on the show, I was like, wait a minute, how do I know him? And then as Dre was speaking, and I realized, yes, he used to play, and I've seen you play at Wingate before.
Back in the days,
And I know this was a long time ago because I still had hair on my head then.
Yeah. So did he.
So did I, ladies and gentlemen. So did I.
So,
So,
yeah.
okay, so yeah, I used to play. I was one of those. We were sun up to sundown
Yeah,
dudes back in the day.
Yeah.
To me, that now I'm like, I would like to go out and play like a couple of games every now and then. Just never really got around. It's not terribly important to me. But one thing that he always tells me about these handball players is that these cats are there every single freaking day.
The top level guys,
but you said these dudes want to cut school to come and play
Yeah,
handball.
I was talking to Isaiah last night, and I told him that make sure to keep your life priorities in order, because handball is actually it's a great game, great cardio, but it takes a lot out of the body, and it can take a lot of time out of your life. And there's been a lot of accomplished players that excelled in handball, but shortchanged themselves as far as in life's goals because it takes so much effort and energy and time to perfect. So you have a lot of guys. I'm not going to put them on blast, but there's a couple of dudes that were, cut school to be great handball players, but you can't put, I hit a dynamite handball shot on your resume. You understand? So so that is a drawback to this particular sport. That's why I kind of hope, and for the future generations, that it will be sponsored and sanctioned in such a way to where you can make money and feed yourself off of one wall handball, because there's other forms of handball out there where you can make a living. If 4-wall handball, small ball handball, you can make a living. But something about one wall big blue seems to be relegated to it's almost like I think it's the purest game in my opinion, but it's almost seen as like the stuff for the hood people, And I would hope that in the future people can monetize it to the point without gambling and all the rest of that stuff, because it takes so much time, and you want the rewards outside of the physical rewards. You want to be able to say that you can eat off of what you do. You're going to spend 12 hours a day doing it.
Do you spend 12 hours a day doing it?
No, sir.
No,
I have a job that I actually love and I enjoy. Not to mention I have a family also. So it's kind of hard at times, but like I said, I love this game, so I kind of make time for it. And they understand. I mean, this is my passion, and anytime, sometimes I might miss a tournament or I might miss coming out to play, but then I understand I have to spend time with my family because that's important to me.
It's a priority.
Way more important to me than handball, but at the same time, handball is my release, and it gets me away from all the monotony of everyday life and all that other stuff. When I get on the handball courts, it's just peace, calm, and tranquility. Until we actually start playing.
Yeah, until we actually start playing. It's like therapy for a lot of people.
Exactly.
It's like therapy for a lot of people.
Me. Exactly. Exactly.
Well, that's good. That's good. So here we have a representative. The first gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper. Gatekeeper.
Not gatekeeper, gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper for Team Wingate. So when you come to Team Wingate, we told them, if you're from another park and you want to see Wingate in singles, you have to see this man. This man right here, and he's going to be waiting for you. We got the smoke machines. We got everything.
Please do. Come on down. I would be more than glad to play any of you guys in single.
That's right.
So, as you well know, well, actually, you got a little taste of what this show is about. So this
guy's one of our longtime supporters.
That's right.
Literally, he's been one of
right.
our longtime supporters on our Google Plus page and everything. This dude, we have like 5 people that truly was with us from the beginning, through when we transitioned from our old place to this new place, when we changed the show around, that stayed consistent, gave good criticism.
I had to wait weeks and months to get a show up, and I'm like, okay, it'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back. So he's actually going to stay here for the entire show.
Yeah, this is like, fans getting to fuck their favorite porn stars. right now.
Bend over, Dre.
Yeah, okay.
I'm ready.
Yeah, whatever. I knew you was like that. Let me get out of here. Call Junior on you. Well,
That's just foul. That's just foul.
We're trying to make it, baby. We wanna